Welcome to Around the ECHL on this Wednesday. Tommy Daniels, voice of the Allen Americans, and joined by my longtime buddy. You see him there at the Intrust Bank Arena, Chicago Bears fan, Blackhawks fan, bandwagon fan, my buddy Jason Malz. How are you?
Well, I don't know if you want to call me a Blackhawk fan after what's going on with them right now, but hey, I'm doing well. How are you, sir?
Great to see you as always. We both had a taste of Utah last weekend, and not surprising that on Tuesday it was announced that Trent Miner was named the ECHL goalie of the week. He was great against us. He came in relief of Peyton Jones on Sunday afternoon and did not give up a goal. We had a 4-0 lead and wound up losing 5-4. He deserved it. He was good. He's one of the best I've seen in a while, young goaltenders in this league.
Yeah, early in the game on Friday, I don't think we tested him as much as we probably could have. Now, after they took a 3-0 lead, we started to gain some momentum and get some scoring opportunities, but he had way too easy of it throughout the course of probably the first 45, 50 minutes of that game. But like you said, he was solid against us, and he definitely deserved goalie of the week. So hats off to him.
Well, it's funny because when I got the note that Peyton Jones was starting, I thought, oh man, I'm kind of surprised they're not coming back with him. He was so good and he really didn't get tested a whole lot. Peyton Jones went ballistic when he got pulled, whacked his goalie stick along the boards, continued to slam his helmet down, threw everything, his gloves. He was not happy, but it turned out to be the right move. Is when Miner came in, the game completely changed. You could tell the difference on the ice. They were all standing up on their bench, yelling, and our guys were sitting down. It was definitely the change in the game. And as you know, we did get 2 points, but we lost both games in overtime. You guys lost to them on Friday night, was it?
Friday night, yeah.
Yep, Friday night with the shutout. So is Utah? I know we haven't seen Idaho yet, and they're always good, but Utah looks like they've got a lot of good American Hockey League players on that roster, and might be one of the teams to reckon with in the Mountain Division.
Yeah, they were pretty stingy in terms of, not allowing much to the middle of the ice. I thought they did a nice job in their own defensive zone. They didn't give us a lot of second chance opportunities. It was usually one and done. The puck got dumped in and they were quick, one pass and out of the zone, transitioning into the neutral zone. I thought we played, for the most part, a pretty decent game. Unfortunately, after it went 2-0, we thought we had scored. Ivan Bondarenko hit the post and the red light went on. Everybody thought the puck had crossed the goal line because it hit the post and then went right across. And, you look at the replay and it definitely didn't go in. So unfortunately, that probably could have been a turning point in the hockey game. So, and then we had a 5-on-3 for about 40 seconds and couldn't get much going on that 5-on-3. So yeah, I think defensively, they are definitely a team that is going to stifle a lot of teams around the league as long as they keep some of those guys down. Now, offensively, yeah, they've got a couple of guys up front like Boucher and Trey Bradley that can carry them, but they're not as offensively talented, I don't think, as they were last year.
We'll see Wichita coming up on Friday night. That'll be our next game as we record Around the ECHL with the voice of the Wichita Thunder, Jason Malz. You guys lost a key player to Europe in Anthony Beauregard, MVP last year. The runner-up for us, Les Lancaster, lost him. Both teams lost some players to across the pond. We saw you guys on opening night for us, and you took it to us, a 7-0 win. That was a tough one to swallow. The team did rebound the next game and came back and won on Sunday afternoon. But, do you have a pretty good feeling for your team now, Malz, and what you've seen through the first handful of games?
Tommy, I think it's still a little bit tough to say. This group has got a good core back from last season. Now, we don't have any veterans with the loss of Dylan Olsen, who retired and was waived after opening weekend. So I'm not sure exactly how that's going to affect the rest of the roster. And then we had a couple of injuries on the back end this coming weekend. So who knows what's going to take place in terms of the roster. And then Steven Johnson took a pretty heavy hit to the head on Saturday night against Wheeling, and he could be out for a couple of games. So I don't really know if I have a good feel per se. I think coming into the season, offense might have been a question mark, but you look at where this team is through 4 games and sixth in the league in scoring and 2 games of 5 goals or more. So maybe that's answered that question that a lot of people had. The goaltending, we've only had Evan Beitenheis play so far this season, and he's looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought on Saturday that was a tough situation for a goalie who's in a rhythm, he's warmed up, and he has to come in cold after an hour delay and try and get back into the hockey game. And he did make some really, really tough saves down the stretch in that game, or it could have been even worse than a 6-5 loss to Wheeling. So who knows? I think it's still a little early for us. We're one of the youngest teams in the league, so somebody's got to step up and take that leadership role for us.
Jason Mal's the voice of the Wichita Thunder, joining us here on Around the ECHL. We'll see you guys more this year than we did last year. I think we were done with you guys like by December, end of December, January. I know we went there one time and never went back. We'll see more of Wichita, Tulsa, Kansas City this year. Last year we played both Rapid City and Utah a bunch, both around 20 times or more. I missed that rivalry last year. It's fun. You guys, even though, you lost Beauregard, Jay Dickman's still there. Always, I thought he was so good against us on opening weekend. Love the way he plays the game. Mateo Gennaro is obviously a really good player, up the middle for you guys. So even though we've both lost key players, from last year's team, and, I thought both teams were probably the team that was going to go to the Western Conference Finals, and it was just unfortunate for you guys who had such a great year, losing to Fort Wayne in that opening round. We know that same feeling, and we were up in that game 2, 4-1 in the third period. You can play the what if game all the time. What if you win that game and you're up 2-0 going to Fort Wayne? Does it change the way the series comes out? I don't know. Just ask the Houston Astros and Atlanta Braves. They're having a hell of a series going on right now too. I'm looking forward to it, Miles. I think it's going to be a fun year. As I think we've talked about once before off the air, there's a lot of open space for teams to do well in this league. Nobody has a great amount of depth. I think a lot of that's been, taken away from a lot of guys going to Europe, thinking this is the year to make their money. And obviously another year of eligibility in juniors and in college, which hurts too, for a league like the ECHL, but should be fun. You guys were good against us on opening weekend, even though we got the split. That 7-0 loss still stings pretty good in our locker room. And I think they're looking forward to this weekend against you guys as well.
Yeah, you mentioned guys going over to Europe, and 2 names that we lost from a year ago that you haven't mentioned. Stefan Fournier originally had signed to come back here as the player assistant, and then right before the season was about to get going, decided he was going to Slovakia. And then we lost Matthew Gagnon to Trois Rivières. And so those are 2 key players that are not here anymore. Spencer Dorowitz is not here. He went overseas as well. And then we lost Bo Sterrett to retirement. So, a lot of guys out of our lineup from a year ago that decided not to come back. However, like I mentioned, we have a good core of players that decided to re-sign here. Unfortunately, Steven Johnson got hurt on Saturday night, and I think he was having a great start to the season. One name that we have not mentioned yet who's really gotten off to a good start is Peter Cronilla. He's second on the team in scoring, 4 goals and 2 assists so far in 4 games. So good to see him pick up where some of these guys might have left off. You had mentioned Mateo Gennaro. He's having a solid start for us as well. So I think it'll be a good rivalry. And one thing you had mentioned early in that last comment, Tommy, is we didn't see you guys, especially at Interest Bank Arena after that trip. I think it was January 1st or maybe a little bit later in January, but then we didn't come to see you until late in the season, which was a little odd. Now, this is somewhat of a flip because we do not host Utah the rest of the year. The Thunder go to Utah for a 4-game set in December and then don't play Utah the rest of the way. However, we'll see a heavy dose of Tulsa, Kansas City, and Allen. So interesting to see the way the schedule kind of plays out.
Looking good, Mal's. You've done a lot to transform your lifestyle there with the program you're working on, and I've worked pretty hard myself at getting myself back into shape, so to speak. So stay healthy out there, my friend. I know you will. Say hi to your daughter Hannah for me, and always look forward to coming to Wichita and seeing you. Best of luck to you this weekend.
Hey, thanks so much. I will let her know, and she will make sure she tells you you have to come up so you guys can watch Fuller House. Okay.
That's a Mal's house tradition. Of course, yes. When a lot of times when I would travel to Wichita, especially if we had a lot of players in the hotel, Jason was always kind enough to open up his house and his couch to yours truly, and I always love staying there, hanging out with you and your daughter Hannah, watching the Fuller House Marathon. It's probably something I wouldn't have talked about, but since you opened Pandora's box, I figured why not go ahead and go there.
Hey, I'm sorry to embarrass you.
No, I'm just kidding. I love it. I love you guys, both of you, and look forward to a fun weekend of hockey, a rare Saturday night off for you, but you will see the Kansas City Mavericks on Sunday. We, of course, have Kansas City following Wichita on Saturday evening. This has been Around the ECHL with the voice of the Wichita Thunder, Jason Mouse. Malzy, thanks for doing this.
Take care.